This is Isata Kanneh-Mason. She's my older sister and the oldest of all of us siblings. Isata is a wonderful pianist as well as an arranger and a composer as well.
Here we have Sheku Kanneh-Mason, who is my brother, and he is a wonderful cellist and also arranges and composes as well, and we often play together.
So there are in total 7 of us siblings, and all of us grew up playing instruments, learning musical instruments, and many of us have gone into the profession of being full-time performing musicians. Classical music is the sort of genre of music that we are collectively most interested in.
I think I can always remember us practicing at the same time in different rooms. Very quickly, we started playing together. And yeah, we'd have rehearsals for, proper pieces, and we'd also mess around and jam. So we both started going to the primary Royal Academy of Music. I think we were also both quite young when we decided that it was something we wanted to do professionally. So I was about 8 or 9 and was kind of asking the adults around me if, being a pianist is something you could do as a profession. Is that a thing? And when I found out that it was, then wanted to go to the primary academy and study properly and become a musician.
Yeah, I think music and playing the cello was the one thing growing up that I took the most seriously, because it takes so much time and focus and dedication over a long period of time. I think it's in a way good to have that idea at least when you were young. I won the BBC Young Musician of the Year competition in 2016 when I was about 17 years old. And that was very much a launch of a professional career. I had lots of opportunities after that. One of them being performing at the Royal Wedding in, I think it's 2018. So I was about 18 or 19.
Yeah, so when Sheku played at the Royal Wedding, for us it was just like a really funny thing, and kind of seeing all the celebrities in the audience. And then afterwards hearing that something like 2 billion people watched it. Like I remember like a few weeks after the wedding walking around the streets with Sheku, and then these 2 girls being like, oh my gosh, that's the person that played at the wedding, and kind of fangirling, and us all just thinking it was so strange and very new. As a family, we're always able to take big things with a sense of humour, which I think keeps everyone around you grounded.
It's hard to pinpoint like an exact moment where we became like full-time professional musicians. I would say we are now. But it's kind of developed over time. I think our process of rehearsing and practicing changes depending on what point we are in relation to the gig. So today, when we're sound checking on stage, we know the music very well, and this is part of a tour that we've been performing. Yeah, we don't have to explain things or our way of rehearsing to each other. There are so many detailed aspects to playing an instrument, and they constantly need chiseling and fine-tuning. And so we do a lot of playing some parts of the music, sometimes together very slowly, and hearing all of the detail and the nuances of how things fit together, such that when we come to the moment of performance, all of that detail is kind of settled and within our muscles and our mind, and we can feel a bit more free.
We definitely support each other because we both understand the lifestyle that we're both participating in. So there's kind of that mutual support. We know each other's playing and each other as people very well. And so, yeah, we probably can see very clearly like things that we might need help with, because I think there's always that level of understanding.
It's essential that there are those differences and those nuances between performances. Sometimes in particular points I try to make it my mission to catch Isata out, which is I found to be impossible. But I try to push it as far as possible, because it's in those interactions that some of the best and most exciting moments in the music can happen.
I think something that's also quite funny is if there's ever a mistake in a live performance, I feel like we both try to kind of subtly do something to make it almost seem like improvisation or a timing thing. Like there's been a case where maybe I played the note like a bit too late or something, but it was actually a mistake, but we play it in a way that it doesn't sound like one. Like, I think that's something we also both do. I mean, some mistakes can't be hidden, but like, just depends.
Sheku and Isata Kanneh-Mason.
I've never been to KOKO before. It's a beautiful venue, and I think it's going to be really enjoyable tonight to perform here.
Thank you so much for coming. It's it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here.
It's always really enjoyable coming up with a program for a concert. Storytelling only makes sense when there's someone to tell the story to. And of course, we as performers are the first listeners of our music, and so it does make sense. Without an audience, we do spend time understanding it for ourselves, but I think it's complete when there is someone outside of us as performers to share it with.
I think what's particularly nice about the audience here when we're doing these Through the Noise concerts is you often get people that maybe wouldn't feel as comfortable in a classical concert, that feel like they could come to hear classical music played in a venue like this. And so often they're even more brave, I think, with kind of showing their encouragement verbally with kind of applause and just like audible reactions. That's really nice because it kind of encourages us, and you can kind of hear quite directly the effect you're having on the audience.
There is always the big element of unknown, because until you've performed it as a whole for an audience, you don't actually know what that's going to be like. We open with the first movement from Mendelssohn's First Sonata for cello and piano, which he wrote as a teenager, and so it's like full of lots of like youthful enthusiasm.
A nice way to open because it's so joyful and open, so it kind of brings the audience in. And then we play The Swan, which is one of the most popular pieces for cello and pianos. And then we have kind of a song by Rachmaninoff, and it's called The Muse, and it's very beautiful and very kind of poetic. After the Rachmaninoff, we then go into the Shostakovich. So it's kind of a journey. And then we have an encore, A Christmas Carol in the Bleak Midwinter, which we arranged and kind of made our own theme and variations on. And that's like a really fun way to end the programme.